So let's get up on our feet. Let's bring to the stage Dr. Kimberly Olson so we can learn how to tap into this superpower.
Ready to talk about Facebook groups? Oh, wait a minute. All right, who has a Facebook group? Raise your hand. Let's see. Okay, who would like to really 10x their Facebook group? And I'm talking engagement. I'm talking true connectedness. I'm talking you're getting so many leads from your Facebook group that are converting into sales that you can't keep up. Raise your hand if that sounds exciting. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And I would love to share with you and take a second to share with you why I'm so passionate about Facebook groups. But we're going to say Facebook groups, but this is the word I want you to write down. And I really want you to think about this. Community. All of you are here because you're part of a community. Maybe some of you are newer to this community. Some of you have been here for a decade. This is what community feels like. You have the opportunity to create community within your own business, your own online presence, a nonprofit. Community is what we're talking about. So I actually have been in the online space since 2011. I was an online marketer who had a blog and thought I was going to be rich. Anyone else try that? And 6 years later, I was still in corporate, wasn't making enough from my online business to be able to quit my job, which I desperately wanted to. And then in 2017, my friend reached out to me about her network marketing opportunity 7 times. She was like a dog with a bone. She would not give up. And so follow-up is truly important. So finally I said, you know what have I got to lose? So I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I jumped in 2017, first paycheck, $1,000. Raise your hand if you've had a $1,000 paycheck, a comma check. How good does that feel? You're like, what? This is amazing. I was just excited it was real. I was just very skeptical. The next paycheck was $1,800. Yes. I was like, I could see the vision. I was going to quit my job. I was going to be a millionaire. I was going to travel the world, telling everybody about it. The next paycheck was $200. Anyone have that happen? Those newbie bonuses dry up quick, don't they? And I sat there and I thought, are you freaking kidding me? I'm doing it again. I'm self-sabotaging. That's what I did. I woke up every morning with guilt, self-loathing, blame, shame. I was really alone, to be honest. Are any of you alone? Do you struggle with that? You probably don't want to raise your hand and admit it, but this last few years has really messed a lot of us up. I know what it feels like to be alone. Shame is very lonely. I had been struggling with alcohol abuse for over a decade, and it was a secret. And so one morning I woke up and I looked at my beautiful babies. They were 1 and 2. And I looked at my husband, he loved me so much, even though I couldn't love myself. And I said, you know what? I'm going to fight for them. I'm going to fight for them, but in order to fight for them, I need to fight for myself first. So I enlisted professional support. I did the work. I got the help. Stepped into sobriety August 1st of 2017 and have been celebrating ever since. And why that is so important to share, and a lot of us have shared that today in different ways, is because my life truly transformed in that moment. For the first time ever in my entire life, I could hear God. He was there the whole time, but I couldn't hear him. And you know what he said to me? He goes, hey, yeah, so if you want to, build an empire, you need to go live on Facebook. And I was like, I don't have people. Like, what do you mean? So I thought, well, I'm going to go live. What can I go live about? I don't know anything. So I went live and I started talking about lemon water, like vitamins. I have PhDs in natural health and holistic nutrition, and I had 1 live viewer. I was like, yes. And later I found out it was my aunt-in-law. She loves me, and she'll do anything for me. So then he said, I want you to start a Facebook group. I'm like, a Facebook group? I don't know how to do that. I don't have any people. But I was obedient. I said, I will do whatever you say. Just show me the way. And I started a Facebook group called All In with Kim, which is funny because that term has come up a few times today. All in. And I said on Facebook, hey guys, I have a personal training background. I love setting goals. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to coach you for free for 30 days. I'm going to be hard on you. We're going to set goals. I'm going to hold you accountable. Who's in? And 100 people in my network said they wanted to do it. So I had my first Facebook group, just gave, serve. That Facebook group and a couple others have grown to 70,000 members over the last few years. And because of that, through the power of community, I've been able to build a multi-million-dollar coaching business. I've reached the top 0.5% in network marketing, but most importantly, and this is the most important part, because you'll see when you do achieve success, you achieve it and it's not what it's all about, right? The most important thing that I've been able to accomplish in my own community and what we're doing here at this conference is I've created a space for people to be seen, for them to be heard, to know that they are valuable and they have worth, and they feel like somebody cares about them. So if you would like to do the same thing in your own community, that's what we're going to cover today. And I'm going to go fast because we're going to cover a lot of content, so get ready, okay? So why do you need a Facebook group? Well, first off, community, as we just talked about. We're also going to talk about collaboration. Really, really important to have an abundant mindset. You know, if you look at how Ray put this conference together, he chose to put a lot of people on this stage in front of you. Do you guys notice that? There's conferences you'll go to where it's that person the whole time, and that's fine. But he knows the power of collaboration. We can do so much good in this world when we lock arms, right? That's the fundamental parts of network marketing. So collaboration is really important, and as you'll see, we're going to talk about connections. So building your Facebook group foundation. Here we go. The 4 C's of Facebook groups are, number 1 is community. So this is what I want you to start thinking about when it comes to Facebook groups. When you are in your neighborhood, if you live in a neighborhood, or have, and your neighbors, you know, Tom and Sue walk by, and you say, hey, Tom, hey, Sue, chit-chat a little bit, right? You're on your front porch. That's your wall on Facebook, or whatever your primary platform is. That's your wall, okay? So you can only go so far on your wall getting to know somebody, right? They're not going to, well, most likely air their dirty laundry right out on social, right? Then with the community, though, what we have is another night, Tom and Sue are walking by. Hey, Tom and Sue, hey, by the way, love to get to know you guys better. Why don't you come in and have some sweet tea? I live in Austin, Texas, so we have sweet tea. So they come on in, right? Grab some sweet tea by the kitchen table, get to know each other. Doesn't that feel different? It's more intimate, right? You get to know each other. That's what the Facebook group is. They're coming into your community. Pipeline. Ray just talked about a pipeline. You have all these friends on Facebook, but are they contained in a space? Right? And we're group is they're coming into your community. Pipeline. Ray just talked about a pipeline. You have all these friends on Facebook, but are they contained in a space, right? And we're talking about community with Facebook. You can translate this to other platforms, right? You can create community in different ways. So the first thing is the community. Number 2 is the content. And I know we're going to have an epic training on content after this. This is what I want you to think about with content. You absolutely want to have a plan, which we'll get into in a second. But with content, I want good content in there. I want you to be thinking about what can you put in there that people will want. If you're not excited about it or passionate about it or engaging with it, it is going to fall flat, okay? So if you have a dead Facebook group, which I hear all the time, it's because you haven't done it long enough. You haven't mastered it. You haven't really poured into it and made the effort. Number 3 is conversation. So this is what we're going to do. When you have people interacting in that Facebook group, I want you commenting back. I want you replying. I want you to go over to their Facebook group if they have one. Go to their Facebook profile. Go see what they're doing on Instagram, and I want you to give them love back. I want you to interact with them because other people don't do that. So that's how you're going to stand out, is really show people that you actually want to get to know them better, okay? It's so important. Conversation is also going to happen in the DMs, okay? So what you're going to do is when you have new Facebook group members, I want you to DM them, okay? And you can go back to your current list, and I want you to say, hey, Sarah, I saw that you're in my Facebook group. So excited to have you. Hey, listen, I would love to know how I can best support you in the group. I have a ton of resources. Whatever your group topic is about, when it comes to building a business online, what do you need the most support with? What do you struggle with? And then when she tells you, you're going to refer her back to the Facebook group, okay? You're going to tag her on some videos, some trainings, your guide section. Hopefully you've got some value in there. And you are going to say to her, when you're done with that, let me know what you got from that, and then we can go from there. Now she's starting to come into the Facebook group. She's starting to see the other stuff you have in there. She's learning. She's getting value from the Facebook group, okay? And number 4 is conversion. This is the part that people miss, is the conversion. So the conversion is going to happen over time. Things have changed online in the last few years, right? Everybody was online, and then they weren't online as much, but also people got a bit fatigued, right? So the interesting thing about being a network marketer, online marketer, coach, whatever you do, is that times change, and we have to evolve, okay? So with conversion, what we want to know is it's a slower process, meaning this isn't where you invite somebody to a Facebook group and they're going to enroll that day. Could it happen? Yes. But I want you to think a longer game here. Who's in this for the long haul? Are you in this for the long haul? Like you're going to build an empire in the long haul? Let me hear it. You're in it. Okay. If you truly are in it for the long haul, you will stop bouncing around on strategies and tactics, and you'll find your thing and go all in with that. That mastery is going to serve you, but part of that is knowing that the buying process, there's a cycle to it, right? So we want to plant the seeds. We want to just, nurture those seeds, get those plants growing, and then we reap the benefits, okay? So just be patient with the process. I don't want you to bail on your Facebook group and say it doesn't work until you've given it more time. How to fill up your Facebook group. You might want to take a picture of this because we're going to go fast with this as well. Number one is a Facebook post or an Instagram post. So this is what we don't want to do, and I see it a lot. Hey guys, I'm so excited. I'm starting a new group. It's going to be all about, being happier and more confident. And you drop the link. Okay, you don't want to do that. People are a little group fatigued. Okay, most people have over 100 groups they're in, right? So what we want to do is we want to start talking about community instead, and instead of dropping the link, because if you do that, they might click through or they don't, but you have no idea, right? So if you don't give a call to action in your post, you won't know who's raising their hand. So instead, this is what I want you to do. If you have a Facebook group and you want to revive it or get a new one going, I want you to put a post up on your wall about something you have in the group that people would want. What's something in your group that's great that you could just post about? Or maybe you create something and put it in there. But what you could do is you could put up a post that says, let's say you're in the health and wellness space and you made a keto meal plan that's, a 1 week keto meal plan. You could put on your wall, hey, I'm getting ready to do a 7-day keto reboot. If anyone wants to try it with me, just say me below and I'll get you the meal plan, right? And they say me, what do? You put the keto meal plan in the files tab in the Facebook group, let them know where to go, and you can tag them on it. Are those leads? If you're in health and wellness, you just built a brand new leads list from your Facebook post, and now they're in your Facebook group. If they're in your Facebook group and you happen to talk about your network marketing products, are they going to see that? Yes, and they're right there. It's awesome. And then they start to see other things in there. They start binging. It's just amazing what can happen. The next thing are stories, and this one is something I want you to be thinking about this. Every single day, in some way, I want you to promote your Facebook group, okay? Again, we don't want to say, join my group, it's so awesome. They'll just swipe right past, right? What we want to do instead is say, I just dropped a new Facebook Live in there on XYZ, click here to jump in, right? Or send me a DM to get in. Lives, obviously, you can fill up your Facebook group by going live, and let me give you an awesome hack, because people will say, oh my gosh, you want me to do all this content? They're so tired, right? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go live on our wall, and we're going to give a little teaser about the full Facebook Live in the group, okay? Put your best stuff in your Facebook group. Don't give away everything on your wall, okay? Because you don't know who's watching. Get them into the group. So what you'll do is, let's say you're going to do a training on time blocking. You're going to go on your wall, and you're going to say, hey, guys, let me talk to you about time blocking, okay? So maybe instead of laundry every day, you are going to you're going to do laundry on one day of the week. So you're talking about it on your wall, and you're going to say, hey, if you want my time blocking tracker I made, it's how I set up my whole schedule. I get 8 hours of sleep, still go on date nights, all the things. Just put tracker in the comments, and I'll get it for you. And then you guide them to the Facebook group for the full training. Is that making sense? Okay, so we want to put the best stuff in there. Reels, similar concept. Give them a little taste. You could do a recipe in a reel and then put the full recipe in the Facebook group, for example. So use the reel as the teaser to drive them into the Facebook group. 5, 6, 7, 8 all kind of go together. So what you're going to do is when you have new friends on Facebook, maybe sending somebody a birthday message, you have new friend requests that come in or new Instagram followers, you are going to reach out to them. Now, this is important. We are still going to tell them about what we do. Whether you're leading with the product or the business, you're still going to have that conversation. But how about when you get to the end of that conversation and it just goes flat? You know what I'm talking about? You're like, what do I do now? It's like awkward. So what you can do is say, hey, by the way, and this is mine because I have a Facebook groups for mompreneurs. Hey, by the way, since you're an entrepreneur as well, I have a Facebook group all kinds of tools, tricks, things you can do for social media. Would you like an invite? Okay? But you need to ask, would you like an invite? Do not just add people to Facebook groups. Really important. Okay. So you guys are like, we know, we get it. Good. So when you are interacting with people, you are going to be able to get people to go into your Facebook group. I'm positive if I said, okay, guys, for the rest of this week, by Sunday night at midnight, if you've got to get 100 new people into your Facebook group and you're going to get $1,000, you guys would get 100 people in there somehow, right? So it's just what we make a priority for. Yeah. It's so impactful and powerful when you can start to see what happens in the community when you start to get messages from people saying, your community, I mean, you guys, you have to understand there are a lot of people out there that are very lonely. And some of you you're going to go back home and you're like, yes, you don't need to be lonely in the physical. You can obviously connect with people online virtually. How many of you met somebody virtually that you came here to meet, or you've met here that you didn't know? So powerful and impactful, absolutely. Okay, number 9 is you're going to post your group on your social profiles. Milkshake, Linktree, Stand Store, whatever you use. You have spots on your Facebook profile where you can put your links. It needs to be a clickable link. Make sure you check it. But we want a call to action. So this is what you can do. On your Facebook cover, when you get home, just go on Canva, make sure it looks pretty and it's not, pixelated and like part of a flower, like a real one, okay? So you've got your Facebook cover, and on it, I want a call to action. Something like this. Join my community for XYZ, click here. And they click the cover, you can actually put the link there. Do you guys, what would that be like if you got home and you started having member requests and you're like, what is happening? She said this might happen. It's because you're setting yourself up for success. Okay. And number 10 is host a fun event inside the Facebook group. Okay. You're going to host a fun event inside the Facebook group. So what we're going to do, we're going to create engaging content that converts. The 5 ways to crush your content: follow a content calendar, have a plan for your Facebook group. If you do the whole, it's been like a week or so since I've been in there, right? What happens is the notifications stop going off for your members, and they're not even going to see your stuff, okay? The second thing you're going to do is go live every week in there. You can schedule it, but I do recommend going live. Include CTAs, a call to action. Every time you do a post in there or a poll, put a call to action, prompting them to interact with you, really important. And then we're going to DM new group members, as we talked about. And we're going to add value with guest trainers. So if you're like, oh my gosh, it seems like so much work. It is work to get it going, but then it will run itself. I'm not in our Facebook groups very often anymore. We schedule guest trainers. But when I come in, we do a big event, okay? We do a free 5-day challenge or 3-day. We do fun, exciting things in there, which is obviously the name of the game. So themed content calendar. How can you create content that stands out? So John and Nadia are going to be talking about content next, so make sure you're pen and paper ready to go for that. And then we're going to convert conversations and close more sales, okay? I will create more opportunities for conversation by utilizing the following. The group entry questions, ask them questions, right? When it comes to blank, what do you struggle with? A pinned welcome video. They need to see you at the top of the video, okay? Excited and engaging with them right away. Welcome new members every week. You can do that automatically with the Facebook group itself. Acknowledge the top 10 most active monthly. Now, if you're new, you could just acknowledge your top people, number 1, 2, or 3. The reason why you're going to do that is that's going to fire them up, and you can get that from the group analytics. And then you're going to utilize the guides so new members have a quick win. Use those guides. Take your best content and sort it by topic, okay? Selling strategies. All of the content I share inside of my Facebook group will be positioned so that what I'm selling will be the next logical step. Okay, and I'll have some examples for you. If you're selling health and wellness products, do a meal plan giveaway. Water challenge, okay? Sip and see event. Come check out what we got going on, okay? Oops. And then I remembered what he said. Okay, abundance boot camp. Could you do a fun boot camp on abundance and mindset and prosperity and then talk about your business opportunity? Heck yeah, back to basics. Do some fun trainings on, getting back into fitness, whatever it is that you sell, and make sure it makes sense. We did an event called Girls Just Want to Have Funs. It was so much fun. It was just, we all took turns sharing our business stories, why we joined our team. It was absolutely incredible. So what I'll do for you guys is I'll flip this into a PDF for you. So just shoot me a DM on Instagram, okay? Now, you guys can see it on there. It's at the Gold Digger Girl because I make my own money. You know what I'm saying? So if you shoot me a DM at the Gold Digger Girl and just say, I want the PowerPoint for it, we'll get it into a PDF for you guys, okay? All right, thank you so much for having me. Enjoy the rest of the day.